This is a article in the Florida Tech Crimson. Is this the official student newspaper?
Yes, it is.
Nobody knows what to do. Florida Tech alters DEI policies, written one day after our story.
Then he says, I'm concerned about losing federal funds in tuition. Well, the federal funding through tuition is these Title IV funds that the vice president of Student Life, Davey McMahon there, says they receive $69 million in Title IV funding for students. And so that's way more than $7 million. That's why he can afford to lose $7 million. He's came to our meeting to tell us, go under the radar, keep doing what you're doing, keep doing these values of DEI. He says, I believe critical race theory is important to teach. It's a valuable class. Keep teaching it, but don't get caught.
Don't get caught.
Don't get caught, because this is what he was. It was a $69 million fraud, not just a $7 million fraud.
But it's not just $7. It's ease grants at the state level. As the federal policy changes, our students have tremendous amounts of dollars supporting them.
Oh, here we go. Brian Elrick, the vice president, said the bulk of the Title IV funds went to direct loans. Losing Title IV funding would mean closing the doors.
It's certainly one of the things that the president wanted stricken right away from contracts or from grants from the Department of Education.
The president, a man named John Nicklow, talking about changing the wording to get around the presidential executive order in order not to lose funding. Can I show you that clip real quick? Just
Not true.
It's not true.
No. And if we had to change some words so they're not being scraped and so we're not targeted, it allows us to do our work.
Just tell the truth, man. So this guy denying that he changed the words, that's what he did.
He never said change your deeds, change your actions.
Right. Because he acknowledges what he's doing is wrong by telling people we need to do this privately. That's also interesting. He knows it's wrong. Align with Governor DeSantis' directives and is taking all the necessary steps to demonstrate compliance. You underlined that because it's false.
It is false.
Tell us why it's false.
Because you're just demonstrating something. You're not doing something. Magicians demonstrate things. They demonstrate a card disappearing or a card showing up. That's magic, because it's not true. It's an illusion. It's a facade, and that's what's happening on campus and at many campuses. We've seen this in the news in lots of places. They're not doing the things. I was there. I was a witness in that meeting and many others where people describe their efforts to continue doing the things that they don't want to be caught doing, and integrating these discriminatory teachings of DE. As a participant and a witness in that meeting, he was recruiting us as willing participants, most of the room, in that effort to be non-compliant. And it was many co-conspirators in that scheme and plot that we were first told about.
Interesting.
In the month beforehand. We were emailed those minutes out the night beforehand. He came here and told us the same thing. So there's intentionality to deceive and defraud, and with many others as co-conspirators.
Yeah, this is a cover-up. This is a cover-up. So
when we say we need this instruction that we can continue teaching our DEI, we need that to come from the president's office. Write it down. Send it to us. Give us some cover so we don't lose our grant funding. So we don't lose, so we don't get in trouble. And we said that directive needs to come from the president. If we're going to do, if they're being telling us to fly under the radar, verbally, orally, we said, well, can you write that down? And they said, no, we won't do that because it could be used as future evidence. Oh,
yeah.
Oh, evidence of what?
Yeah,
a conspiracy to fraud?
Yeah, this is a cover-up. This is a cover-up. So thank you for pointing that out. These are from the meeting minutes.
How do we do a workaround?
How do we do a workaround on the research project? That's a smoking gun right there.
And
Just not true. It's not true.
These people are just looking for words. They're simply, searching. Whatever comes up on the list, sometimes not even reading it, right?
President Trump has been so decisive about is making sure that DEI is stripped out of contracts.
So I had a $7 million ask. Talked about the project, went really well. Literally sat at his desk, turned 2 strings around and said, why are you so woke? You know, it's $7 million. It's a lot of money, but if I lose $7 million, we could live. Driving back thinking about this, why don't we fight back? There's a lot to lose that really does put a target on our back. That could be problematic. So I think the way I put it to the diversity cabinet was, we're going to do what we do. Let's not unnecessarily put a target on our back. We have a course, and it was called DEI 101, right? We have a course. Wow, Florida Tech teaches DEI 101, because that's no longer, that course would not be in a public university curriculum in Florida. Am I saying remove the course? Absolutely not. It was probably a very valuable course. Diversity is important for a number of reasons. I said, are you saying critical race theory? He said, yeah, how do you feel about that? I said, well, I believe in teaching all of history. The good, the bad, and the ugly, and publicize all the notes so that anybody can access them. I probably would not. So I think being mindful of how you're teaching the course and sharing information.
I just want to make sure I'm hearing the best recommendations. We have a human sexuality class. We have culture in, what's the name of the class?
Social cultural.
Social and cultural.
Multicultural psychotherapy.
DEI, and because that course catalog is public, it might be wise for us to request an exemption to get it changed past the catalog publication date. Will happen?
I would support that.
Maybe they're not going to be fired because of those.
They're
They're
not
not
fired
going
for teaching those.
But when it comes,
And we're not done, obviously. That really does put a target on our back. That could be problematic. So.
Well, I was pleased to hear in the segment just before I joined that DEI has really been stripped from so many of the programs that you have here in Florida in schools.
Why don't we fight back? I think this is a valuable part of education. And if we have to change some words so they're not being scraped and so we're not targeted, it allows us to do our work.
And we're going to focus on DEI. Let's don't teach indoctrination.
You just wanted to speak the truth. You just wanted to get the truth out there, and you objected to the lies. All of it is a big lie, it seems. Rick says there are certain times that we are all called. He has now been fired recently from Florida Tech for coming forward with video evidence showing what appears to be an alleged fraud and cover-up. They offered you $100,000 to shut up, and you didn't take it.
Yeah, we felt free.
Yeah.
There's a liberation, and I was talking earlier. It felt like we got out of Shawshank, and we got out of Shawshank without having to pay the price of your soul.
Yeah. And you didn't want to agree to that.
I couldn't.
You couldn't. What do you mean? You couldn't.
It means I have a conscience. It means I have integrity. It means that I believe in the truth. Certainly the constitutional right to speak, but there's a deeper right to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Beyond the Constitution, we have the right to speak truth in our life. It's not that I didn't want to. You can't.